So all of you listen. Derive the expression of radius and velocity of electron in nth orbit of hydrogen atom. Okay, here basically using, remember, using Bohr's atomic model. Bohr's atomic model. So use Bohr's atomic model to derive this. Now listen first. First we'll write radius of nth orbit. First we want to find what? Radius of nth orbit. So to find radius of nth orbit, what we'll do here? Now first to write here electrostatic force. Electrostatic force provides basically necessary centripetal force for electron to move in an atom, right? Yes or no? This is velocity v, this is a mass, this electron is there, mass of electron, and this is your plus E, charge is there. Okay. Now electrostatic force. Electrostatic force equal to what I'll write? Centripetal force. So electrostatic force is basically nothing but centripetal force, Fe. Centripetal force. Now all of you listen. Silent. Now electrostatic force is nothing but 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. And electronic charge is E. Proton charge also E. So E by E r square, because this distance is, yes sir, r. Distance is r. So listen here. Electrostatic force equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught E square by r square, and centripetal force equal to mv square by r. mv square by r. Okay. All of you listen. Here r and r will cancel. So we'll get E square by r equal to mv square. Equal to mv square. R and r will cancel. Now I want to substitute v. All of you listen. I want to substitute v square here. From where v square I will bring? All of you remember Bohr's second postulate. What is Bohr's second postulate say? What is Bohr's second postulate? MBR equal to NH by 2 pi. Yes or no? MBR equal to NH by 2 pi. So we'll use that and we'll try to find v square. We'll try to find v square. Okay. See, for hydrogen atom at a nucleus, this is a total atom. In nucleus only E is there, plus E. Okay, one proton is there. Suppose any other atom they tell na, then only ZE will take. Plus ZE will take like that. Z. Okay. ZE. Yes or no? Now next listen. Completed or not? Now from Bohr's second postulate we will bring V and we will substitute here. Okay, now what is Bohr's second postulate? MBR equal to NH by 2 pi. MBR equal to what? NH by 2 pi. From there if we V calculate, then it will be NH by 2 pi MR. But I need V square here. So accordingly I'll substitute. Okay. So let's see here how I am calculating. Complete up to this. Everyone understanding electrostatic force? Why centripetal force? Because necessary centripetal force is provided by this Coulomb's force. Okay, so Coulomb's force this is. Now next listen. Here 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is there. Here E square by R is there. Here M, V square I am substituting NH by 2 pi mr. NH by 2 pi mr. Square will be there. Now what I did here? Now I used both second postulate. MBR equal to NH by 2 pi. From here if I will find V, it is NH by 2 pi mr. Yes or no? Now what we'll do here? Now we'll multiply everything. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught E square by R M into N square H square by 4 pi square M square R square. Now check again. Again something cancellation will happen. 4 cancellation, pi cancellation, M square cancellation. Yes or no? R square cancellation. So you will cancel everything. You check here. You will be getting E square by here epsilon naught. E square by epsilon naught will be there here left side. E square by epsilon naught. That is equal to here N square will be there, H square will be there, 4 will cancel, 1 pi will be there, 1 M will be there and R will be there. M square is there now, down M square is there. So R will be how much? N square, H square, epsilon naught by pi M E square, pi M E square. Okay, so this is your radius of nth orbit. This one little I can write also, Rn equal to n square into a naught. N square into a naught. I can write like this. So what is a naught? I'll write here. A naught is h square epsilon naught divided by pi m e square. This is nothing but 0.53 angstrom. Remember this. 0.53 angstrom, and this a naught is called Bohr's radius. This is the first orbit radius or Bohr's radius. Okay. So what you are observing here? Now radius is directly proportional to n square. Radius is what? Proportional to. So in electron in the orbit it is moving now. That radius is direct proportional to the principal quantum number square, or n equal to orbit, number of orbit. N equal to 1 first orbit, n equal to 2 second orbit, n equal to 3 third orbit. Yes or no? Okay. Previous slide. Perfectly right. N and H. Don't do mistakes. N and H, don't do mistake. Previous page. Previous page check. The derivation you have to do. Yes or no? Now suppose any atomic number is there. Any for atomic number you want to write? Okay, write down first. Okay, first write down this. Completed ma this one? A naught is Bohr's radius. This is the, in hydrogen atom, the first radius na, that is called Bohr's radius. Hydrogen atom. First radius is called Bohr's radius. Hello, boys. Now next lesson. Suppose this expression for Z you want to write, on Z will be in the down only. Okay, for ZD or for hydrogen like atom. That is called G or Z. What do you call it? Z. 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 Very good. The symbol, that pronunciation Z double E, J, J, G, G you can tell. G or Z E D. Z. 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 What? Here. What is that? Red color. Complete. If you are not understanding how cancellation happened, here I'll say you. See here. Here 4 cancel to this 4. Pi cancel to this square. M cancel this square. R cancel this square. Yes or no? Like this cancellation happened. Yes or no? So that is what written there. Completed? Right. So remember, if a first orbit na n equal to 1, second orbit 2, second orbit n equal to 2, 2 square is 4. So first orbit if radius is a naught, second orbit radius is 4n, third orbit radius is 9, 3 square is what? 9 a naught, fourth orbit 16 a naught. Are you getting? If a naught you know, then other orbit radius you can find. Are you getting or not? So Bose radius orbit is this value, h value constant, epsilon naught value constant, pi value constant, m value constant, e square value also constant, right? All you will substitute, I'll get 0.5. All of you say me here, this radius how depends on mass, inversely or directly? Inversely. Remember, radius how depends on n? Radius is direct proportional to n square. Radius is inverse proportional to mass. Okay, like this remember. And radius also inverse proportional to e square. Here see e square expression is there, e square. Radius is inverse proportional to e square. So remember, complete this. Up to this complete. Rn equal to n square a naught. Up to this one you complete. Up to this one you complete. Completed? Everyone? Okay. Shall I go next? Now next listen. For n equal to 1. N equal to 1 means first orbit. First orbit. N equal to 1 is first orbit. N equal to 1. Okay. Then your R1 will be A naught. This is 0.53 angstrom or 5.3 into 10 to the power minus 11 meter. For n equal to 2. N equal to 2, that is second orbit. What is second orbit? What is second orbit radius? R2. You know second orbit also it is called which state? Do you know that? See, first orbit is called ground state. What do you call? Ground state. Second orbit what do you call? Second orbit is called first excited state. First, so what is the radius in radius of orbit? First excited state orbit. First excited state orbit, that is R2. Second orbit. R2 equal to 2 square A naught. 2 square A naught is 4 A naught. Listen. Now 4 into 0.53 angstrom. How much will come, say? .12 angstrom. How much it is? 2.12 angstrom. Remember this. Similarly, for n equal to 3, which orbit it is? Third orbit. Third orbit also called what? Second excited state. Second excited state. Now here I'll write R3. What is R3? 3 square A naught. 9 A naught. Or 9 into 0.53 angstrom. 9 into 0.53 angstrom. Tell how much will come? Very good. 4.77 angstrom. So So this is the orbit, like this you have to find. Can you find for n equal to 4?
Yes, sir.
N equal to 4 is fourth orbit, or which state it is? Third excited state. Okay, I am not calculating, you can understand this. So always remember n equal to 1 ground state, n equal to 2 first excited state, n equal to 3 second excited state. Third orbit is second excited. Second orbit is first excited state. Okay, this idea should be clear in your mind. It is coming for n equal to 4. You write that. So like this, for different orbit you have to find the radius. Suppose I will tell you what is the ratio of orbit ratio for first to second. First orbit to second orbit, 1 by 4. Suppose I will tell what is the ratio of second excited state orbit to the first excited state ratio. Now that will be 9 by 4. That will be what? 9 by 4. Yes or no? Huh? I am saying this one. Second excited state R, that telling R3 by R2. What is the ratio? Now R3 is 9 A naught, R2 is 4 A naught. Now A naught cancel. What answer? 9 by 4. Are you getting or not? So like that you can do. So this all remember. Is it clear about radius of hydrogen atom? My radius of hydrogen atom clear? Yes or no? Now for a hydrogen like atom we'll write little. One formula remember for hydrogen like atom. Clear ma? Are you writing a notebook? A notebook you are writing, right? Now all of you listen. This radius formula in NCERT book, this Rn formula in NCERT book, it is given in some different format. Just that format can you remember? One format it is given Rn equal to n square by m, given like this, n square by m bracket h by 2 pi square whole square into 4 pi epsilon naught by e square. So in this format it is given. You can remember also. According to NCERT book, radius is given in this way. This and whatever we have derived, both are same only. Both are same. Rn equal to n square by m, h by 2 pi whole square by 4 pi epsilon naught e square. This expression you write in NCERT book given. Suppose anywhere radius of orbit is asking in this format, so you can remember directly, you can write. Okay, write what you are doing. Right on. So radius in other format, radius of nth orbit is in other format, it is given here. Boys. Now next listen. For hydrogen like atom I will write. For hydrogen atom. So listen. For hydrogen like atom. For hydrogen like atom. If I am writing for hydrogen like atom, let's see what is happening here. All of you listen. Hello boys. So here your Rn will be n square by z h square epsilon naught by pi m e square. Remember this. N square by z will be there. Okay. So z will be inverse proportional. Rn is inverse proportional to z. What is hydrogen like atom? Hydrogen helium plus. Helium plus is hydrogen like atom. Z equal to 2. Okay. Lithium double plus. Hydrogen helium lithium. Lithium double plus is Z equal to 3. This and all hydrogen like atom. This and all hydrogen like atom. Lithium double plus. Your Z equal to 3. Remember. So this Rn formula, and from here you are getting 1 point. Radius and n graph is coming like this because radius is directly proportional to n square. And if I will do radius and z graph or n square graph, let's do n square graph. If n square graph I will do, I will get straight line. And if radius and z graph I will do, I will get a graph like this because radius is inverse proportional to z. Z is basically called atomic number. Atomic number. And n is principal quantum number, you can tell. Principal quantum number, or basically represents number of orbit. First orbit na n equal to 1. Second orbit n equal to 2. Okay. This graphs you remember. Li hydrogen helium double plus lithium helium plus lithium double plus 2 plus double plus same only. Do these graphs. So about radius we understood. Now we will study about velocity. See, this much you no need to do also derivation. You that Rn is direct proportional to n square or Rn equal to n square a naught. Up to that you can write. Up to that you can write. No reach. You no need to derive this much. No need. If you ask it only you do. Okay. Otherwise, up to this expression here, Rn is n square a naught. Up to this one also you can keep. No reach. This and all for extra point. If any question comes. Okay, Rn and radius and n quantum number, radius and orbit, n is coming now like this graph, parabola graph, parabola. Okay, because n square, y equal to x square graph, same way it is coming. Boys, please. N square. N means written here principal quantum number or number of orbit. N equal to 1 now first orbit. You see here, this is your atom. This is your atom. In atom, you have different orbit, right? N equal to 1 first orbit. N equal to 2 second orbit. N equal to 3 third orbit. Yes or no? Now if radius you want to find this circle radius, that is R1. This circle radius R2. That circle radius R3. Yes or no? So n equal to 1 first orbit, n equal to 2 second orbit, n equal to 3. N square is a formula. In formula it is coming. Radius of the orbit is directly proportional to n square. Radius depends on n square. How radius depends on n? That is what I calculated derivation. Radius how depends on n? Now n square like, okay, n square it depends.
Okay,
If
sir.
it is second orbit na, in place of n you have to substitute to 2, n equal to 2. Third orbit na, instead of n you have to substitute to 3. For third orbit n equal to 3. I already explained this, right?
Sir.
Boys, last line back. Boys, completed? Right first. Girls? Now next velocity expression. Shall I go? To write from your friends to write, already they have completed. I am going for next thing. Now everyone write here. Velocity of electron in nth orbit. Nth orbit. See, what you know, now according to Bohr's second postulate, what you know say, MBR equal to what? MBR equal to NH by 2 pi. Now velocity I want to write NH by 2 pi MB. Yes or no? MB RN. Sorry, MRN. NH AMRN. B will be your left side. See, all of you. According to Bohr's second postulate, MB and RN equal to NH by 2 pi. Now Bn will be what? NH by 2 pi MRN. Now substitute here. You substitute 2 pi M. What is Rn? Rn is n square h square epsilon naught divided by m pi e square. Now substitute, this will go up. So now what is coming? This one you check. Pi cancels. You can check, all of you. Pi cancel. M also cancels. Only e square will go up. H square cancels. H square cancels. N square cancels. N square cancels. So when you substitute Rn value, this many cancellation is happening. Yes or no? This many cancellation happening. You write also what is your Rn. How you substituted here? I substituted that your Rn equal to n square h square epsilon naught divided by m pi e square. Now next listen. I can write this one as Bn, I can write as e square by write like this. 1 by n you keep, e square by 2h epsilon naught. M will be not there. So this is the velocity of electron in nth orbit. When electron revolving around the nucleus in nth orbit, what is velocity? Now 1 by n, say 1 by n into e square divided by 2h epsilon naught. 2h epsilon naught. M pi will cancel here. M pi will be not coming into picture here. And e square will be there. And h will be there. So write down. Ask a doubt, ask. What is your doubt? Last line, how it is coming? Cancellation happened, I am telling here now. What you did? Pi m cancel. H square cancel. N square cancel. Now this e square will go up. Yes or no? Now e square by 2 n h epsilon naught remaining. I just separated 1 by n. I just separated 1 by n here. 1 by n into this much. Why I separated? Because that e square by 2 h epsilon naught I will consider something. That's why I separated. Okay. Are you writing, everyone? Yes. Ah, very good. Good boy. E square by 2h epsilon naught. 2h epsilon naught. 2. Shall I go next? Write down all of you. Sanjay, what you are doing all? Sam Saran. Boys, who is writing still? Understood how we are finding velocity and radius? So, second postulate you take, velocity will come out. That's it. Rn will substitute, it will come in terms of n. Velocity will come in terms of n. Okay. Shall I go next? Next listen. Vn can be written as Vn can be written as V naught by n. What is V naught? V naught equal to E square by 2h epsilon naught, which is 2.2 10 to the power 6 meter by second. 2.2 10 to the power 6 meter by second. Remember. Now, for n equal to 1, that is your first orbit. N equal to 1 first orbit. So, what is your V1? Now, V naught. So, electron speed in the first orbit is this much. For n equal to 2, right? N equal to 2 is second orbit. For second orbit, listen. For second orbit, V2, that is your 2 square, sorry, 2 square not. It is V naught by 2. V naught by 2. So it is 2.2 by 2 into 10 to the power 6, which is nothing but 1.1 into 10 to the power 6 meter per second. Okay. Similarly, third orbit you can find, fourth orbit you can find, fifth orbit you can find. If you remember Vn equal to V naught by n, then all the orbits you can find. Yes or no? Right. Complete. So radius is n square a naught, velocity equal to v naught by n. In terms of JD you want to write now, you can write also. Z you want to write now, you can write. In terms of Z also you can write. Boys, completed. Now on star mark point write. In NCERT book, how your velocity is given? Now E divided by root under 4 pi epsilon naught AMRN. Like this it is given. This is given in NCERT book velocity expression. Just to write that L expression. That's it. This way also you can write. Here also velocity. Velocity of electron in nth orbit. B equal to or Bn equal to E by root under 4 pi epsilon mRn. In terms of Rn, you can write this one. Okay. In NCERT book, it is given this expression. You keep it. Now next lesson, all of you. Hello, Darshan. Completed. This last expression is given in NCERT book. In terms of Rn, they have given. So you remember that. Already in terms of n, we remember. Bn equal to B naught by n. Complete all of you. Completed? Okay, can you say me if V1 is E square by 2h epsilon naught, what is V2? What is V2? Tell. If V1 is this much, E square by 2 epsilon, what is V2? V2 will be E square by 4h epsilon naught. This one you remember also. Sometimes if any question asked, na, remember V1 is E square by 2h epsilon naught, V2 will be E square by 4h epsilon naught. Okay. Direct you remember. The next lesson, for a hydrogen like atom. For hydrogen like atom. For hydrogen like atom, what you do? Now you know already. He plus, where Z equal to 2, and lithium double plus or beryllium triple plus, anything you can take. Z equal to 3. Now for this type hydrogen like atom, Z value to introduce. So Vn equal to Z by n into E square by 2h epsilon naught. E square by 2h epsilon naught. Okay, that one also can be written as Z by n V naught. Z by n V naught. So what you are understanding here? Now velocity of electron in nth orbit is inversely proportional to n, and velocity is directly proportional to 1 by n, and velocity directly proportional to atomic number. Atomic number here. Direct proportional to atomic number. Okay, this all graph you remember. Bn is inverse proportional to n, so that's why B and n graph how it is coming? Parabola, rectangular hyperbola. Bn and 1 by n graph straight line. Vn and Z graph is straight line. So these and all about the velocity of electron in nth orbit and radius of nth orbit. Yes or no? Yes or no? Clear. So velocity expression, radius expression you have to derive either 3 mark question or 5 mark question. And some question will be direct also with this formula. If you remember formula, what is Vn formula, Rn formula, then directly you can do the questions. Okay, we'll see while solving numericals. I hope up to this one is clear idea. Yes or no? So please note it down. Thank you.